Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.
What's up?
See you, Randy.
Oh man, that was awkward.
What? I farted.
Is that thing on? Hey everybody. What's going on, guys? If there's any ladies in here.
Good Tuesday. Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. Down here in the South, it's Tuesday. To our episode of the Guitarsenal for June 24th, 2025. Have no clue. You know what? We're gonna make Jimmy do something this time. I hope you're plugged in, bud. You missed a Guitarsenal the other week, so we never got your picks, your things. But we'll get to that in a minute. No, it wasn't his Mount Rushmore. Certain people here probably in the chat have seen your thing, but yeah, the riffs that made you. But anywho, before we get to anything else, let's say big thank you to all of our channel members. If the thing loads, there they are.
Look at that.
You guys are awesome. The list keeps growing. I don't know if this is an updated list. I don't know if Ryan's updated it or not since the other day. But, yeah. All you guys make our world go round on this YouTube thing. We sure do appreciate it. So thanks. If you're not a channel member or you want to be a channel member, click the join button down below on your PC, because I don't know about Android, but Apple usually won't show the join button. So on the app, you have to be you have to be on like desktop mode or something like that. So John, you want to see who's here?
It is Apple.
Yeah, I can see who's here tonight.
You know what? I already see who's here.
Go for it then.
First one in the chat. We'll give it to him this week.
Brother Dan.
There you go, Dan. I know I deprived you.
Just a little.
Saturday or something like that.
And then we got Darbor.
See, Darren, there you go. You got one with Dan, man. Look at that. Look at that.
It's a twofer Tuesday.
2-for-1 special.
Chuck C, channel member. How you doing, brother?
Chuck C.
Brother Kush seems like, is that him?
Kush.
We'll see what he says here. I think he says something a little bit later.
Yeah, he's saying hello to his brother Dan Gorman at this current time.
I got Earl asking what we're drinking.
A Ghost energy drink that tastes like a bomb pop because I'm a glutton for punishment of not sleeping.
I'm having some kicking horse coffee.
And getting up to urinate at 4 o'clock in the morning.
That cool, refreshing drink.
Who else we got?
This lunatic in here.
Yo!
What's up? Brother Zach.
What's up, Zach?
Channel member Stu Petty.
Stu.
Anytime you want, brother. Anytime you want.
Yeah, we don't care.
Brother Rob.
What's up, Robbie?
Stiffy's Holes dropping a like or a thumbs up.
Okay.
Channel member. Giveaway provider.
Extraordinaire. Steven Franklin
is in the house.
Gotta be a member to win the Boss
Papa
GT
Blue.
1000.
That's correct.
That is correct. What's up, Papa Blue?
Where's this guy?
Fuck that guy.
Where is he?
Oh, hey, Ryan. Hey, boss.
Brother Blue.
Blue. I bailed on Blue and Sugar Tush the other night. But I was over here falling asleep, so. Sorry. Catch you next one.
Melted Copper. How you doing, man?
Did you shave your mustache last night? I didn't see.
Me?
No, Melted Copper.
Or was he doing something somewhere else?
He's got, yeah, he was on Arky's last night. I played poker with Arky on Monday.
Right.
Melted Copper was on there with his, we'll call it the Charlie Chaplin mustache, because Charlie Chaplin had it first.
Correct.
And they were.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know my early cinema. He's a funny dude, that Melted Copper. I like him.
Yeah, he is.
KXM rocks. How you doing, brother?
What's up, dude?
Hey.
Big thank you to Boner Jams.
For what?
What's up, Bo?
I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. What's up, Bo?
Brother Bo. He was out looking at some bands there. Saw in his Facer book, Sammy Reynolds.
We're,
What is
you
this?
know what? We might talk about that in a minute. And
Yeah, we need to.
we might just talk about that in a minute. I'll bring it up here in a bit.
Should we say hello to Rock Daddy?
What's up, Rock Daddy? Daddy of Rock.
Hey.
Dory McMahon, how are you? Happy
Hey, Dory.
Tuesday, Dory.
You're welcome, Dan. Who else we got?
I'm looking. What's this guy? I forgot to turn the ads off.
I'll turn them off. I don't know
Brother
how
Mark
to do that.
Spurgeon.
God forbid you don't get that 5 cents.
Yo, what's up, Mark?
We've got Rene Fernandez.
Help your hearing
Renee.
up better, Mark.
And Rene Fernandez is also an awesome guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks we're awesome. I mean, I see his clips and things he posts and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, man, you probably wipe the floor with all of us. But
There he goes. He got a little comment for you. The master.
nice. So my next guitar will be a home built. We're getting close, people. We're getting close.
Way up, dude. Shaking, brother.
It's way up dude's fault.
Always is. I think that's it. We're caught up, guys.
I like that way up dude guy. It's like he's like Quentin James's brother or something. If they're not related, they sure as hell sound like it.
Well, now what?
That's it, everybody. Good night. So, Jimmy, you missed
Number
our
of weeks ago.
number of weeks ago. What was it, 2 weeks ago? We did a show called "The Riffs That Made Us," where we kind of played our own, riffs that really set our guitar playing in motion. I want to do that. I want to play guitar. The top like 4 or 5 riffs that really inspired you to play and play the way you play and stuff like that. And you were not present for this show, so we have no clue what the hell yours are.
It's pretty simple, really. I only have one.
One did it to you?
And that's that's Orion.
Yeah.
That was
we were
it.
talking about that.
I mean, it didn't really shape the way I play. It's just, that's just the one tune that was like, it's a cool ass riff, but for me, growing up in, Podunk Mountain next to the river and being, purposely sheltered by a overzealous parent, or I should say parental unit. It was more about the sound.
Yeah.
That's what did it for me, was like, how the hell are they, doing that? It's just, it's the most awesome thing ever.
100%.
Well,
Some of the
they
was shaped-
were doing it like this.
got to do the main bit, man.
That is the main bit.
No, you got to do the money shot bit.
I mean,
To
I
me-
don't even know how to play it, so it's like, I mean, it tells you it's. I mean,
To me, that riff is the money shot riff in that song. I mean, that's one of my top. This in my top 5 favorite Metallica tunes, and I was ecstatic that they played it live when I saw them a couple weeks ago.
Well, I mean, the tune's got, I mean, everything you could want. I mean, except for words, but it don't need words.
Don't need no words.
It's got the heavy part, and then it's got the the center section where
That was going through my head today, Jimmy.
I mean, how can you not like that? I mean, the thing that I liked them probably the most about Metallica was like, a lot of their songs all started out acoustic like, and and it's like, and Grandma, oh, that sounds pretty, and then dun 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 dun. Sorry, Grandma.
Which riff in that song is the money shot riff for you, John? That one.
And the turnaround that Lars does. It's like he probably dropped a stick the first time he did. He's like, hey, that's pretty cool.
Probably.
Awesome. That whole tune, though, start to finish.
Yeah.
What was the one?
That was the Call of the Cthulhu is one was on Ride the Lightning. Orion is one of those Metallica songs where Cliff Burton's interest in structuring songs, harmony parts, and classical music really shined in the way that he would, because any of those tunes Cliff always had a writing credit in.
Right.
Cthulhu, Orion, I mean, even To Live Is to Die on And Justice for All. The poem that Hetfield recites in the middle of that tune, that was a Cliff Burton written poem, but Cliff they had written pieces of that. I think it was the classical sounding midsection, that A minor bit that was real clean. I think Cliff had written that somewhere on tour. So, yeah, that was
Quentin saying that Ryan killed his AC.
Fucking hey, it was only like 100 degrees today. It's gonna be worse tomorrow.
That would be a question for you and the Jimmyson.
Bo, I have no fucking idea because I got 2 of them and neither one of them fit. So,
Stu saying Master of Puppets. Yep, that's for me. If I only had one, that would be that one for me.
I'm an Injustice for All guy. And
Again. Okay,
Right.
darn. I can't have Master of
Right.
Puppets, then I'll have that one.
Exactly. It's those 2. I know there's a lot of people that prefer Ride the Lightning over those 2, but
Yeah.
I think Ride the Lightning's great. So, I mean, those 3 albums for sure. When it comes to Metallica, I mean, I get it. I get where the guys that came up with that, and when the Black Album came out, and then 5 years later, Load, everyone's going, "What the fuck happened to my band?"
Can see the progression.
Right.
Is this a new face here? True World? Doesn't ring a bell to me, but
Well, look
finished
at
my
like
first recording of Panama. Not the easiest song to play, but I got pretty close. That's what it's all about, man.
exactly that. I mean, think of it like this: Ed never played it the same twice, so.
No. And Ryan's thanking Q for just letting him know that it's not an issue for him to fuck his car.
Right. Ryan's
Leave it
AC
alone,
and his
Quentin, or I'm
Corvette
gonna put a
probably
hex
works.
on your alternator.
Maybe his AC quit working because his alternator's not charging properly.
Could be a sign of a bigger problem. What
Kentucky.
the fuck is this?
That's the bass solo on Kill 'Em All. The instrument, the bass instrumental. It's got the middle jam section. It's just Cliff and Lars.
It's funny, from every album, Black Album back, I know almost every damn song. Like, to hear it, name of them, no idea. None.
Right.
Oh, no, why is Quentin asking you how much for a compressor?
I don't fucking know. I don't work on Hyundais.
Don't they got wrecking yards there in Kentucky?
Exactly. That's the perfect place for it.
Right. Sammy said, did Ed ever play any Van Halen song the same way twice? Negative. The gist of it was there, but I don't think he cared if he really just nailed it like he did on the record, because I think a lot of his takes in the studio were just, he went with whatever he was feeling at the time.
Mm-hmm. The big albums for me, where at least I had access or was really intentional about listening to it, was the Live Without a Net and the Monsters of Rock stuff.
Right.
And, you know, it's like brand new songs every time almost, right? He's never going to do the same harmonic here or never do that again. And it's cool. I used to love it. Couldn't get enough.
For sure. Rob Blackmore says Leper Messiah as well. That's that's a fun one to play. It's, you know, and Mustaine claims
he wrote
that he wrote that and all that stuff. And, you know, if you look at the way a Metallica song is structured riff wise, it is kind of an odd one for kind of the way they played things. But is it like in the vein of Mustaine? Yeah. I would say Cliff had more of an impact on that tune than Dave did, but I mean, I wasn't there, so I don't know. So it was just Orion, Jimmy. That was it. And when when you got playing, there was nothing else. It was just like, oh, you know, you're bricked and.
No, because I think everything. I mean, I did the kid who gave me the tape. I asked him who that was, and he said this is. And he's like, "You got that? Is there more of it?" And he's like, "Yeah." So he gave me he recorded the whole album for me, and I mean, pretty much it was just all. I mean, it was pretty much all on the same level. I mean, especially probably one of my favorite songs on that album is Disposable Heroes.
Oh, that's my favorite song on that album.
Randy.
So, and then like in doing football to get charged up is the was it from Garage Days, the song The Weight?
Oh yeah, I used to jam that all the time.
It starts, kickoff. I'd have that cranking in my head and just be like, I'm gonna kill somebody. Who's got the ball?
How did the weight go?
And the controversy starts.
Pretty much.
No comment on that.
From a technical standpoint, he's right. Mm-hmm. Yo, Andy, everybody's favorite fireman.
Oh, Andy. Yep. I mean, how much different would have Metallica been if they would have kept Mustaine?
I don't know, man. Things have a way of working themselves out.
Exactly.
I couldn't imagine any different version of Metallica up until Black Album back. After that. I mean, and it's not because they necessarily went bad. It's just I was on to different stuff.
You know, and the thing is now, and this is not to slag Dave Mustaine, but, you know, there's footage out there on YouTube and wherever else, all those old home videos and stuff. There's like 3 or 4 shows with Mustaine on guitar. Full shows from back then, you know, 82, early 83. And I think the Stone in San Francisco is one of them. And man, a lot of Dave was pretty rough
I couldn't agree more with
of a
this,
lead
Renee.
player.
Marty was something else.
Yeah, no, you can't compare the likes of Kirk Hammett to Marty Friedman by any means. I mean,
No.
that fucking dude's on another planet. But Dave was pretty rough back then, and was it alcohol induced, or I mean, who knows? I mean, you get the adrenaline rush of being on stage and playing that type of music and stuff, especially back then when no one else was really doing it. You know?
Oh, here we go. We're gonna be actually here, Sugar Tits, this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. And Blue was like, that was awesome. I loved it. Was that you that sent me something the other day of Friedman, Marty? It's
Maybe.
like just from the, it's like, oh, awesome.
Yep. So
Got
what?
that claw fucking thing coming over, and
So what Jimmy's trying to say is we're going to start doing a Master of Puppets block on Saturday nights.
Jesus. What's an easy one I could play, Randy? Probably that one, Orion. Nothing terribly hard.
We'll let you can come in and do the harmony and the slow part of Orion.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
I don't know. You do it battery.
Fuck off. That's
Damn.
you.
Damage
What's True
Inc.
saying here? Just had an old Fender humbucker and threw it in an old Squire body. Only a 250K pot. It works. Just doesn't have the gritty grow.
I see John playing Sanitarium.
Yeah, I see me doing that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Until you get to the end, that's a lot of fast down picking down there at the end.
How's the last bit go again? No,
it's. Hold on, let me relearn it.
Could always just Randy, you can slide in and save the day.
Yeah, you play the fucking. You do that part, and when it comes to the end, I'll just come in with a.
And I'll just come in doing halftime. Dun dun dun. Like dun 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 dun. Back and forth, real pan both ways.
What are we taking? Randy play Metallica riffs request tonight?
No, we're
Well, Blue Moss is
creating
going
what's going to
Whiplash.
eventually be a Master Puppet.
I know most of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Marty's just.
There's like 5 or 6 every time Megadeth gets a new lead guitar player, the new compilation comes out where you've got every one of them from Marty on playing Tornado of Soul solo, and every one of them plays it different. But you know who plays it the fucking closest?
Who's that?
He's never played in Megadeth is Jordan Ziff, because he played with Marty. So when he plays shows with Marty lets Jordan play the Tornado of Soul solo.
That's pretty generous of him, eh?
Look at Robbie, dude. Look at Robbie. Okay, bread fan.
Keep
No,
going,
it's not
Robbie. You're
really
just playing to
Red Hot
his
Chili
sweet spot. He's good at that shit. So he's the guy
until he
to ask.
goes, Saint Anger.
I remember the first time I heard that, I was way out of that whole scene, and I'm like, man, that snare sounds kind of weird. Like he forgot to put his fucking clicker on his snare.
Right.
I remember, though, I hadn't listened to him for a long time, and then I heard him on something like Jimmy Kimmel, and they were playing Moth into Flames. Is that what it's called? Moth into Flames?
Yeah.
I'm
That's
like,
good.
that's pretty fucking cool, man.
That's a good tune.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed the majority of that Hardwired Self-Destruct album.
I think I gave
Did we
it a
say
spin.
hey to Cindy Z? What's up, Cindy Z?
No, we did not. So is there some PRS thing that we got to talk about that I missed?
Yeah, we'll get opinions on it. That's right, Stu. It does sound like a trash can. Oh, let me find this fucking thing.
Oh, is Chuck here? Oh, there he is. Brother Chuck.
What's
Good
up,
to see you, my friend.
Green?
All right, let me do this.
Do that.
What's up, Charles? Share the screen. This thing. We go back here and we do this. So Herman Li of Dragon Force.
Oh, no.
He's been playing PRS for a few years. And they basically just copied the Ibanez S body and slapped the PRS neck on it. Well, now he's got an official, I think it's a limited run.
200.
Yeah, of 200 signature model called the Clio. And
It's like an Ibanez Maxis.
this is it. The Clio.
Fluence pickups in it?
Yeah. He was an EMG guy, so of course now all the EMG guys are going to Fishman's. I have no idea why. It's got that Majesty, really long upper horn thing,
Yeah.
but it's like super thin, like an Ibanez S. Looks like
What's
a
the
goat.
body made out of?
I don't fucking know. We ain't got there yet.
Oh, sorry, man.
It's a Godo trim. Obviously, you can tell by the saddles and the flat
point.
edge there.
Is it scalloped on the...
Maybe.
Yeah, looks like it.
I've never been a Dragon Force or Herman Li fan, so you got the dragon inlays and all that stuff.
What do you think, Jimmy? Mahogany?
Looks like mahogany.
Mahogany has got a USB port right there.
So you can charge
That's
your
to
stuff?
charge the battery, the lithium
Yep.
battery.
Yep.
Wonder how many times that one can take a pounding from a knee before the neck snaps off.
Right.
That
He already had one of them do it. Unleash the dragon.
Oh, boy.
I'm not.
Go unleash a piss. I'll be right back, boys.
I'm not going to read all this. We'll get down here to the spec. Are the specs on this thing? Yeah, here we go. I got the typical PRS Phase 3 locking tuners, the Fluence Omniforce pickup. So I guess he's got his own signature Fishman pickups. Up to 13 tone combinations, so it must have 3 voicings. And then, yeah, Godo trim with a PRS stabilizer.
That looks exactly like the Ibanez one.
Right. Oh, here we go. So it's a flame maple top, obviously, mahogany body, sculpted top carve,
Sculpted.
24 frets. It's got the fender scale length instead of the PRS scale length, 25.5, maple neck, one-piece maple neck. Carbon fiber reinforced strength double action truss rod. So he's got his own neck shape with this. I assume it's going to be wide and flat.
Yep. What is that? Oh, yeah. She's flat like a pancake.
I don't know what the fuck 23, 30 seconds is in inches. So
That's 0.7 something.
and then 50,
7.
5264 is
0.8 something. 0.82.
it's pretty much an Ibanez land.
Yeah, it's in that realm.
Well, I mean, you know, the modern Charvel Speed C, I think it's 0.770 at the first. So it may not be far off. 1 and 12/16. Isn't that like 1 and 3/4?
These idiots and their measurements.
Wouldn't that be 1 and 3/4?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So it's wide.
Wide.
I mean, this is a 1 and 3/4. You can't see it because I've got this on the blow up here. But this guitar is a 1 and 3/4. So that's pretty wide. And then ebony board.
You
fucking 20-inch flat ass radius.
It's a fucking classical fucking guitar.
Right. 16's about my limit. My new neck's 16. We'll get there though. Signature inlays, the Eclipse Dragons. Set neck, typical PRS. Satin nitro finish, that's cool. I like nitro. Comes with looks like some Dunlop strap locks in the pictures. His Fishman stuff with all that stuff, rechargeable lithium ion battericity. 9-46, tuned to standard, and the multi-fit molded flight case by ATA.
All yours for $69.99.
Right, so there's your switching setup. Depending on your voicing, on your push-pull knob, and all that stuff. So he just, okay, so he's got a different split. What's he got, like a series parallel split or something? And then the voicing switches are in the back cover. Do you really need a switch for a tone knob bypass? Just fucking take the tone knob off if you're not, I mean, I don't know. I don't use a tone knob.
I don't recall Herman Li ever using the tone knob.
Well, oh, so we have two different colors here. We've got charcoal purple burst, and then no thank you burst, orchid dusk.
Exactly.
Well, if I had to pick one of the two colors, it would be the charcoal purple over whatever the fuck this is supposed to be.
Gay.
Very thin U.
I do not want to find the body. Where do you see very thin U?
That's what Blue was saying.
Oh yeah, it's like a 1 3/4 inch neck. So it's the width of my George Lynch guitar, but it's like super flat. It's flatter than this one, and it's a 20-inch radius. So I don't care about their related products. From what I saw on this, the street price on this guitar is like $7,000.
Oof.
I'm out.
I've never played a PRS that I liked.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I've played two that I liked, and three, because at the time I owned one, I liked it until I didn't like it.
Good one, Cindy.
Exactly. That's what the orchid one looks like.
That's the no thank you spec from Randy.
Orchid Bismol.
Right. That's the no thanks burst. But yeah, so I saw earlier it's like $7,000 street price for this fucking thing.
Wow.
So,
Well, I mean, look at all the areas that need the meat, like the super switch inside, the control area, the output jack is all, I mean, it's all, basically left wood there, and it's just like, I'm sorry. It's a no-go.
yeah,
It looks horrid.
to me it looks a lot like, the Majesty, and I do not like the body shape of the Majesty. That huge horn there is not my thing. It's like an S series Ibanez with a super long horn.
Yeah, an Ibanez Maxis.
I can see that. I don't understand.
Tim?
I don't understand this thing here. I guess that's where the jack is at.
That's where the output jack, and that output jack is like about 2 inches down inside that bitch.
Of course they are.
I bet you. I'm sure these will actually probably sell out.
Oh yeah.
Dragon Force has a fan base, and Herman Li definitely has a fan base. And from what I've heard, Herman Li's like a super nice guy too. He kind of trips me out because he's Asian, but he has a British accent. That's kind of weird.
First I came across to him was my kid showed me
Through the Fire
what's
and
that
Flames.
guy? Stevie
T.
Stevie T video with him in it. It's like, dude can play, man. He's a shredder.
Did he ever have a SIG with Ibanez or no?
Yeah, he had the The E-Gen
Okay.
is basically just a S with, a couple of his preferences on it. Wasn't really that much different than a regular production run.
Right.
S, it had, some colored stuff. I think it was a purple one and a flame, something or other. And
Drew's got an opinion. The new.
Hang on. I'm gonna say hey to.
buddy. Yeah.
I'm gonna say hey to Kevin Bravo real quick. What's up, Peter Stroker? And Tim Thomas. What's up, dude?
Brother Tim.
Arf, did we get Arf earlier? It says Jimmy needs a new mic because he can't hear you. Andy says pterodactyl.
there's always somebody.
inlays. Yeah, Stu, Nitro is nice. I actually, we'll talk about my build here in a minute. I'll give you a little sneak peek of information. I'm not going to show you anything yet.
Want to see my packer?
Philip McNard's. You ever open that ice cream shop that Quentin said he was opening? Stu says, never could bond with my 2 PRS. I had a custom 24. I've said it a million times back in like 2000, from 2005 to 2007. I had a Fire Red Burst custom 24. And I thought it was the bee's knees because I had it and a fucking triple rectifier and just stupid.
Did its thing, yeah.
It did its thing. It did its thing for the time, the type of music everybody was playing, and then I realized I just didn't like that PRS. I do like the Tremontis, and
Those are rare as hen's teeth, though, aren't they?
no. The Gen 1 Tremontis are. No. The Gen 2s that came out in 2007 with the trims on them, they're not rare at all. But I do like those, and I like the custom 24 with the Floyds, because now there's like 4 or 5 different neck profiles you can get with them. And back when I got mine, it was either wide thin or it was wide thin or wide fat, and that was it. So KXM says no thanks. Cucumbers here. What's up? What's up, CMBR?
Hey.
Yeah, I did. I saw that on a chat earlier on something that people were already talking about. I'll wait for an S2 or an SE version because I'm not paying $7,000.
Some guys will, like you said, they'll be all into it, and they love him, and it's going to be what it is.
Robbie's wanting Eye of the Beholder now.
Yeah. I mean, can you keep the price down with all that extra CNC work and all the extra work that's going to require? I mean, it's probably going to have to be a relatively stripped down version.
Can't hear you, brother.
I know I was muted. Doing that on purpose because I was trying to relearn it. Oh, I guess I'll give him Eye of the Beholder or something from it. You could play this, John.
Oh, yeah. I'd still find a way to screw it up, but yeah.
Yeah. True says the new Wolfgang Stealth is the baddest new guitar made. Best made instrument ever.
Can't say I've ever played one.
Yeah, if they made them where people that were taller than fucking 5'9" didn't look like they were playing a ukulele, I would probably still own Wolfgangs, but I've sold both the ones I had and my EVH Music Man because they're tiny. Just my
made for Ed size guys.
Renee says Ibanez JS is different. Got regular horns. No to bigs. I prefer no to big horns bodies too.
Right. I caught a little bit of Pete Thorne. He was doing a little live thing, I think yesterday. and he got a chance to actually play Joe's guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he hadn't played him before, and he's like, it's like a 60 Strat neck. Like,
Yeah.
pretty much identical.
Yeah. True says, just built 3 parts casters. I'm working on one. One black, one red, one burst. Then I made a single hum EVH tribute with the cigarette burns and all. Yeah, cool,
Nice.
man. Cool. Sammy says he has his brother's Tremonti SE. Now, the SEs don't feel anything like the USA ones at all.
Fit and finish, or just
The whole thing.
Yeah.
It's that single cut shape, and you know they've had trims on them now for however long, but the necks aren't the same profile. I mean, the SEs I think they have like 2 different SE neck profiles, basically the wide thin and the wide fat. And I think the Tremonti SE is the wide thin. Renee says the PRS Toretto. Was that the Floyd Rose one they had back in the day with the EMGs and all that stuff? I don't remember.
I was going to ask if they make an S-style guitar, but never mind.
McKnight measured the thin part of the body just over a half an inch. Wow.
14
Yeah.
millimeters.
Yep. PRS collectors will definitely buy it regardless of Herman. Yeah. Yo, Eddie Faye, what's up, dog?
So,
They're pretty good about putting 1000 series on the SE versions of their guitars. Like the SE version of the Custom 24 Floyd is a 1000. I think they're right over $1,000. But you know, the thing is, I mean, the 1996 T Godo is really not much difference in price between a 1000 series Floyd. So, you're welcome, Rob. Okay, so yeah, the Toretto, what was it? The Torero. Was it the Toretto? It was the Torero. Was the one. Yeah, okay. I'm with you now. Robbie says, I've got my eyes on Adrian's Jackson SDX Snow White with a black pickguard, maple neck, and maple fingerboard. I have one. It's in storage, but I have one. I've got an SDX and the USA. My SDX has been, well, everything I have is modded. But it's the maple fretboard version of it, white, and it's got just a hum single setup in it. With a push volume knob to switch pickups. Not a bad guitar for the money at all. I had to do have some fret leveling done on mine, but John, did I already miss the peaks at Areolae?
It was more the journey as opposed to the destination, Eddie.
Yeah, there you go.
Pretty sure I missed it myself.
So, but and then Quentin James is texting me. I don't know what the fuck do you want? Oh, he's showing me. It's the ice cream clip. I already know what it is. I don't even have to watch the video he sent. It's the ice cream clip with Phil McKnight. That was hilarious. But I got some progress made on my parts build. I got my neck from Musicraft. Friday?
Beautiful.
Fucking A. It's beautiful. And it's currently packed up, sitting in the box in the other room. Because all right, so this yeah. So this is how stupid I am. This is not my first experience painting a guitar. However, this was my first experience of painting with nitrocellulose. Because I went with a vintage fender color. And because we hadn't let that cat out of the bag yet, like you guys know, and that's it. But so I bought some nitro in the 1 quart rattle cans from StewMac. Bought a can of the color and a can of the clear. And the body is a Northern Ash body, and it's been grain filled and all that stuff, but it's been painted before. I sanded that fucking body as flat as I could possibly sand it. After having to use stripper and all that stuff to pull the paint off.
Using air sander or hand?
I've got a Milwaukee Orbital.
Right.
This fucking badass. No, it's not Olympic white, but
Keep guessing.
you can guess. I'm not going to tell you. You'll see it. It's in a few weeks. So I painted this body, and you know, I went to work Saturday. I didn't have to work, but we have a paint booth at work that we do spraying bed liners and stuff in. So I was like, perfect. So I borrowed the paint booth Saturday, and I took the body up there and did a couple final sanding touches, wiped the whole thing down with acetone on a microfiber, just cleaned up, ready to roll. Taped the neck pocket off. I did not pull the inserts out for the Floyd. I just cut me little circles out of my low tack masking tape and covered them, and hung it up with a bent coat hanger, because it's got the two holes in the neck pocket for the paint stick. I just hung it up with a bent coat hanger on one of the arms of one of my pole jacks, because I'm a redneck. And yeah, sprayed it, did coats. No, you won't. I will never own a pink guitar.
I tried to convince him on shell pink.
No. Hey, you tell me. But so I followed the instructions on the can while I was taping the pocket and all that stuff. I had the can sitting out in the sun because nitro, when it's cold, splatters. So I set them out in the sun and let them heat up and all that stuff. That's more like it, Andy. But
I love you, brother.
Isn't that Mary Kay?
right. Olsen. But so I sprayed this thing, and talking to a few other people in my little guitar building guys that build Van Halen guitars and stuff that have painted with nitro, kind of followed their lead on what to do. So I would lay a coat about every 30 to 40 minutes. And
wow.
Well, nitro dries to the touch extremely fast. I mean, within like 10 minutes, it's dry to the touch.
Yeah, I'm surprised you waited so long.
So
Did you sand in between?
No.
No.
Well, I got done, and I ended up using, you know, they say, well, one can will probably do 3 guitars. No, one can couldn't hardly even do that one guitar. Fucking ash, man. That body felt flat as a pancake. So it was like 9 coats of the paint, and then I let it dry for like 2 hours, and then I hit it with 4 coats of nitro clear. And I'm not going for professionalism by any means. It's going to look like a piece of shit with a really nice neck when it's done. But I let it hang in the paint booth over the weekend and went and got it out of there Monday morning when I got to work. And there is so much fucking grain popping through 9 coats of nitro. It's ridiculous. But you know what? I like the grain of ash, so it doesn't bother me. So I'm going to let it sit and harden. They say 10 to 14 days. Most of it's pretty good. There's a couple spots on the back where you can do the fingernail indention. Gel. You want gel or acrylic? Yes, I've taken a woman for pedicure or manicure, but so that just fucked my whole train of thought up. But anyway, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait. I'm still missing one piece of parts, which should be here like Friday or Saturday, which is the pick guard. I'm going to wait. I'll probably bring it home Monday or Tuesday next week. Then give it a nice little bit of a wet sand and just take a buffer to it just to get most of the orange peel out of it. And then it's going in the freezer. Since it's nitro, we're going to check the fuck out of it. And with it being 100 degrees down here, it shouldn't be hard to check it. So bring it home, put it in the freezer, and then once leave it in the freezer overnight, and I'll take it out here on the driveway or something in the sun at 100-degree heat and watch it crack to shit. And then I will start assembly.
I say you throw it on, wait until 4 o'clock in the afternoon and throw it on the dash of your truck.
Just throw it in the bed of the truck. Go drag it down the driveway while I'm doing it. Hook another coat hanger to it and drag it down the driveway. I may sand some spots in the upper contour here, and it's not supposed to look like a new guitar. It's supposed to look like some jackass painted it in his garage, which is almost accurate. The difference was it wasn't my garage. Still a jackass that painted it. But we're going with I've always wanted a Strat in this color, but I've never found one I wanted to buy or spend fucking $4,000 on a custom shop one. But so fuck it, do it yourself, right?
Can talk about the hardware or the no way, not yet.
Not yet. I'm not going to give it all away. We're just going to say we're going with a vintage look with a Super Strat twist. Vintage. How do I put it to 40 grit vintage vibe with Super Strat twist?
Yeah. Very cool, man.
So I'm getting excited about getting that done. I got me a Banjo Mike's box yesterday, so.
You know anything about that means.
If you know anything about Banjo Mike's, you know what I probably bought, or at least what brand I bought. So then all the other parts are down here in a Boss SD1 box, neck screws, trim claw springs, all that stuff. I did have to buy a new Floyd. Thank you, 40 Grit, for selling me one of yours. Because
anything special about it, bud?
No, I mean, the Floyd that was on that guitar is the 84 reissue that is on the white San Dimas now. Mm-hmm. And I robbed the post out of it with it, too, because the posts that came in that guitar are rusted to shit. So 40 sold me one of his chrome Floyds with post for a very, very nice deal. And it's sitting in the other room in a box. So everything parts-wise is now here, except for the pickguard, and it'll be here, like I said, Friday or Saturday. Then, so I will probably start putting this thing together July 4th weekend. Mm-hmm. I'll probably wire the because I've got the pickups, I've got the switch, the pot, all that stuff. So I'll probably start wiring the pick guard up this weekend, and that way when I get everything done and ready to go, I can just pop it in there and hook it to the jack and the claw and be good to go.
Really interesting to see what it's going to sound like with the ash, man.
Well, so, you've got swamp ash and northern ash. It's like the same fucking tree, but one grows in the swamp and the other doesn't. Mm-hmm. And in my experience, and everyone else's experiences may differ with ash, northern ash tends to be, and like I said, in my experience, heavier and brighter than swamp ash. And that body weighs like 4.5 pounds. It's a heavy body. So we'll see. It's probably, I mean, when I had it assembled before with the other neck and stuff, that guitar was all of like 9+ pounds. So we'll see.
So you've got the bug for continuing on this trend?
What, building?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's other stuff. I want another guitar with like a Lynch style neck, which is not the profile I went with on this neck. It is a 16-inch radius, but it is a completely different neck profile than anything else I've ever owned. But just kind of feeling it when I unboxed it the other day, I was like, man, this is comfortable. Nice. So, but I do love the neck on this guitar, and there's a company called Butala, Randy Butala Guitars. He makes a lot of the ESP style bodies and necks, and he has several. You can get the Lynch profile. So my next thing I'm going to put together is going to have something like that. So
Very cool, man.
You know, and the thing is, it's like, you know, I don't, unless it's just something I've got to have. I've got. Welcome to Twin Peaks, everybody. Nice view of the table. Whatever he ate with a crumpled up napkin on the plate.
Have you eaten there before, Randy?
Yeah, years ago. There's not a Twin Peaks out my way at all.
What is that, a pub or what is it?
Twin Peaks is like Hooters, but 10 times fucking better.
Okay.
So. But yeah,
slightly better crap food.
Right. Nicer scenery.
Provided by Cisco Incorporated.
And that Ryan says cheers.
Very nice.
But yeah, I'm just kind of like, you know what? I've got between the body, the neck, and then the parts, maybe $1,200 in this guitar.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why am I gonna spend? It's one of those deals. If I were to spec it from the Fender custom shop or something, it'd be $5,000. So start throwing them together.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think for most of my stuff, I kind of want to, because the other guitars I'm really interested in, nobody makes without me having to buy it and modify it. So,
right.
You know, I just fucking.
No, that's how you end up with something like this.
Exactly.
And I did order my next body. Dude came back finally, so I was able to get the next body. My problem is I got so many fucking necks. I could just keep building guitars out of all the goddamn necks I got.
Right.
And I actually kind of, I mean, I really like doing that a lot better because then you can kind of, you know, you can either pick, or if, say, like if you order a guitar body and, you know, most of the time it's like, yeah, don't put any, you know, don't drill for the, you know, unless you have a neck that's already pre-drilled.
Right.
And it's like a standard pattern, then, you know, you can put the, you know, the holes for the neck pocket in, but I mean, you can, it's like, yeah, I don't want it drilled, you know, for, you know, volume or tone pots or the switch, pickup switch, or, you know.
Right.
Because they don't necessarily put them in the place that I would, you know, prefer to have them.
Yeah, I mean, I had the neck holes drilled on that Music Craft neck, but the lock body I'm using, it's a standard 4-bolt Fender spaced Strat body. So Music Craft Strat, it's the same. If it's not the same, I'll find out in about a week when I test fit the neck and all that stuff. So
a lot of guitars use that neck pocket. And that neck end, I mean, Ibanez used it up until 1987.
Right.
That's how this neck fit onto this guitar, because this is just a, you know, Fender Strat neck pocket.
Right. So I thought about doing the like, this is one of the Lynch guitars that does not have the cutaway ESP heel, but you know, Fender's got that huge like C cut right there, and you know, nicely shaped contour on. It's still a big block heel, but it's got that one contour cut in. I thought about doing that to that body and just getting that neck plate, and I'm like, fuck, I've already spec'd the neck for the standard 4-bolt. If I was going to do that, I'd had to change my order and all that shit, and that's an upcharge. So, yeah. It's all good. It's all good. I don't, you know, I'm not big on the ferrule thing.
Ferrule? What do you mean?
You know, instead of a neck plate, you just get the.
Oh yeah.
You get the half inch or 14. You make it anywhere from half inch to 15 millimeter ferrules.
Are they all
like that
Ibanez
idea.
necks, Jimmy?
No. There are PV necks. There are Kramer necks. There are Ibanez necks. There are Wolfgang necks. There are Araya Pro 2 necks. What other necks do I have in there? I don't know. There's a lot of them.
Have I ever played a Dave Murray Strat? I have. I've actually considered buying one of the Dave Murray Strat bodies from Stratosphere and ordering a custom neck for it, because that dude uses 21 fret necks and I can't do that. I've got to have 22. So I can't do the 21 fret thing that much. And if I do, then the guitar is immediately into some form of a drop D tuning where I don't really need the 22nd fret. So, yo, Sean, what's up, dude?
Hey, Sean.
Brother Sean.
Hope you're planning on coming back Saturday night.
Yeah, be cool.
What's 80 saying? You know how many guitars have the controls cover on the back with it countersunk so it's flush with the body? I wonder how hard it is to countersink the neck plate so it's flush in the back. There's a couple companies that do that. I can't think of. I've played something where the neck plate was countersunk, and I don't remember what fucking brand it was. So
This PV has a countersunk neck plate.
it might be a PV. Everybody's saying, hey, to Sean, Stephen
Buy a
Franklin.
jig and do it yourself.
Yep, Stephen Franklin says he has a Dave Murray Strat and he loves it.
Cool.
Yep. Or if you're adventurous, you can do it freehand.
Sean says, if I can swing it, I'll be there for sure. That was awesome. Hell yeah, man. You're welcome anytime, dude. And I don't give a fuck what these other guys say.
Door's always open.
We know who really runs this shit around here. It ain't me. It ain't me either. Eddie says, that's easier said than done. Well, Jimmy's got a router. So
I don't know. There's nothing more satisfying than just taking a router to a guitar body. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna bend you to my will, bitch.
I do have to get some oversized strap button screws because they used to have eye hooks in it, a la Edward Van Halen, and I just really like my D'Addario clip lock locking strap that fits like any strap button in the world. So I'm gonna have to get me some bigger screws or dowel the holes or something.
So here's a little tip that I've learned over the years for them pesky straps button screws is instead of wood, use the paper rod from a Q-tip. They
works,
they don't splinter out.
Like toothpicks.
Yep. Toothpicks suck. Toothpicks probably the worst thing.
It's the most logical thing.
You know how many toothpicks, like the strap button on my C1 Schecter? I mean, that guitar was used and abused for years. You know, that was the main guitar. And it's got shallow strap locks on it, and those fucking things will pull right out. There's like 40 fucking toothpicks in that damn hole. Toothpicks, super glue. I mean, and then it works for like a month, and then they just fucking pull right out.
Yep. Q-tip rod, the paper Q-tip rods work great.
Robbie, what sound are you going for? Are you going to use it to chase that Adrian tone? Or you want something that kind of covers that bass and maybe a little more? Or because the pickups that are in the SD1 are their import versions of a super distortion, or the SD1, the SDX. They're import versions of a super distortion and the Fender Sumerian Cobalt noiseless single coils. Which is what I gave Quentin James and shouldn't have, because you can't buy those fucking things. But yeah, what are you going for? Should I highlight this? Yes. You will get no argument from me.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Zach says he's been working on his setup this week. Cool, man.
Cool.
What we chasing tone-wise there, Rob? What we chasing? I mean, I can tell you what Adrian uses.
Adrian's tone and more.
Well, Adrian's using the super distortion in some of them, and some of them he's using a JB. He's actually on the artist list for DiMarzio and Seymour Duncan. Because if you buy his model, the white USAs, whether it's ebony board or maple board, come with a super distortion humbucker, but the translucent quilt top green one is a JB. So I'm not a huge fan of the super distortion myself. You can turn that shit off.
Sorry.
I would go with a JB over a super distortion, but I would swap that magnet out for a rough cast
I'll be right
8.5.
back. That was work.
But if you just want if you want to stay in that vein of an old JB, just get a DiMarzio AT1, the Andy Timmons pickup. They're fucking awesome. That's, other than the Tone Zone, the AT1 is probably my favorite DiMarzio bridge pickup. So, I mean, and that's about as close to a JB that you can get from DiMarzio, because it's modeled off a JB. But it's got a rough A5 in it, and the top end's a little bit smoother than a stock normal JB. But it does the thing. It does the Van Halen stuff, the mid 80s through the 90s Van Halen stuff really well. It'll chunk it up, chug metal, but it cleans up really good too. So if you're going to go DiMarzio, there you go. Or you can just use what Adrian uses. The single coils, I mean, that's the taste. You know, I like the Rail Hum DiMarzio stuff, the Seymour Duncan Hot Stack Strap Plus. I have it. That's what's in the neck of my SDX, and it's a bridge pickup, but it's really fat and P90-ish sounding in the neck, so pretty high output. It's noiseless as well, so from the stack in the title, obviously. So Sammy Reynolds says he uses those locking straps too. Dude, they're great. I tried to go back to the old DiMarzio clip locks, and then I bought 2 of them and realized how much I fucking hate them. And saw these on, I think I saw Rabia Masad using these. I'm like, what? Who makes that? Figured out it was DiMarzio, so I bought. D'Addario, so I bought one, and definitely my favorite strap. Sammy says, I'm thinking about putting an AT1 in a guitar. What neck pickup? Air Norton. Air Norton, greatest neck pickup ever made. Air Norton.
Grr.
Shut up, Quentin.
Why aren't you live?
I have had Dunlop strap lock pull out and almost dropped an ESP I used to own because it failed. And I immediately, after that show, switched all my guitars to shallower strap locks. So, there's that. I think I would probably lean towards a JB. I would pick a JB over a Super Distortion any day. Me and the Super Distortion don't really get along too well. So, I've actually got a JB at work. It's a Trimbucker JB, so it'll work just fine. I was actually going to take it apart and swap the magnet in it, but well, never mind. You're in Canada. You don't have to pay fucking tariffs and $8 million in customs fee. You're better off just buying your own damn JB. Sorry. if you look around, Rob, you could probably find an old like 80s JBJ. They sound better than the new ones, my opinion.
Or just use a custom 5.
Richard Hole. Gross. Isn't that a beer company? They make strap locks too? I actually think Hetfield's using those Gross strap locks, but he doesn't even put them on the fucking strap. He puts the strap on the guitar and then just clips the lock behind it. That's one way to do it, I guess. Yeah, I think Het's using those on a lot of his guitars. I know the one, I think I saw him like that on the Cthulhu artwork snake bite he played the other night. They come with every bottle. Nice. Quentin likes the JB too, Rob. I mean, it's probably not a good example for you to base what a JB sounds like by watching Quentin, so.
Yep.
Just throwing that out there.
You're just gonna make sure you have plenty of room for adjustment with a Alnico 5 pickup, because they do not sit as close to the strings as a ceramic or Alnico 2 or.
Yeah, A5 pickups I generally run lower. I think ceramic mags, they say what, like 2/32 or something like that. I mean, pretty much right under the fucking strings, and
too close.
And I don't know, I feel like the sweet spot, especially with the tone zone, is like 5/32 under the strings.
Whatever that is.
A little bit lower than, it's just a hair over 5 millimeter.
Okay.
It's around 5 millimeter. Yeah, Metallica's still using fractals. What's up, Bradley Wood? Yeah, Randy Butala is in Canada. My next purchase of parts, body and neck, is going to be from Butala. He makes great stuff.
He does, eh?
Yeah, I mean, he does like the Van Halen style necks and bodies.
Oh.
Yeah, if you want a Frankie or a 5150 or something, but he does the kamikazes. He does these burnt tiger bodies. He does he calls this the spearheads, the ESP spearhead stock. He does these in 6 and 7 string.
Nice looking headstock, actually.
Yeah, I actually really like the ESP Strat headstock.
Yep.
But he does those. He does the current style ESP headstock, and he does the old pre-Jackson cease and desist, what ESP called the Concord headstock. He does those. The Lynch, the Harpoon Strat style headstock. I think he does some Ibanez stuff too. Yeah, he's got a good selection of woods, and you want flamey maple or the darkest of ebony or whatever you want. I mean, he pretty much got it. He does roasted stuff, and his pricing's really good on his stuff too. And anybody I've ever seen that built something out of the Butala stuff, I've never heard a complaint about it. So
cool.
They have a rubber gasket for the swing top that works great. Gotcha. Butala. Not Lutala. Butala. Yeah, I think my next build is going to be something ESP inspired, kamikaze-ish. So, yeah. That's it. That's where my parts build stands at the moment. It's actually painted, and I have almost all the parts. So there's that. John, what's next on your list there, bud?
Nothing. A neck for my old guitar.
Music craft.
No, they don't. I went to their website. I think it'll be a Warmoth.
What are you looking for?
Probably something like an SRV profile or the boat neck, something big and chunky.
They've got an SRV profile. Ask me how I know. In case you need to know what the neck profile is on this neck,
They
it's
didn't
the
have
SRV.
what I was looking for, I don't think. Maybe I got to look on a real computer because it just showed like I've got 2 of these, 1 of those, and there was no pictures or anything. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, you're looking for an in-stock neck? Just have them fucking build it.
Yeah.
To whatever you want. I mean, it was 5 weeks is how long mine took to get here from the date of ordering. It was 5 weeks to the day.
Yeah.
It feels nice too. I went with the aged oil finish instead of a clear.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no nitro or no poly finish.
Is that his version of satin, or is that something altogether different?
It's different. There's no lacquer finish to it.
Mm.
It's the same way Music Man does theirs. They oil and then gunstock wax. So you can actually feel the fucking wood.
Or like I use teak oil.
Yep. Yeah, he'll do the Music Craft's got the they have the aged oil and the tinted oil. The tinted oil is that yellow amberish color.
It's gold based.
You know, pre-CBS look type of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I had to do some research on, and he's got sections in each spot where he explains what the difference is between the different finishes and whatnot. Now I was like, I didn't want the yellow tint, so I went with the aged oil. So it's not dark enough that it looks roasted, but it's not like bright white maple.
Right.
But the aged oil really makes the figuring pop out.
Yeah. No, yours is beautiful, man.
Yeah, it's got a lot of movement when you move it. And, you know, this Lynch neck's got a decent amount of flame in it.
Is that ebony board? I can't remember.
Yeah, this is a Macassar ebony board that needs to be cleaned and oiled. I do clean and oil my ebony boards because when ebony gets nasty, it turns like white. So this one and my Adrian Smith USA are in need of cleaning. So
cool. Yeah, I've got nothing planned really on the horizon outside of that at some point.
Sean says, I did a true oil finish on a neck and I love the way it feels. Dude, that's the way to go. I hate painted necks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind a satin, a poly or something on the back. I don't want anything on the fucking fretboard. That's just stupid to me. But the only thing really, with the satin poly finishes on the back of necks is they do get super slick and start getting sticky. Like this guitar's got a satin poly finish on the back of the neck and it's starting to get slick to the point where it's you getting a little sweat on your hands. It starts to get sticky. So this
what do you
neck,
clean that shit with? Because I've got the same on my Sirs.
Well, there's a couple ways you can do it. If you just want to do something quick, but it's going to come back, get you some 000 steel wool. And just tape the fretboard edges off.
Yeah. And
where you want to stop with it at, and just run the steel wool up and down the neck.
Is that how you do it?
Yeah, and it'll take most of that off, and it'll be nice and satiny until it settles back in. Or you can go the hard route, tape it off, and actually sand it.
No.
And then
or if you don't like steel wool, just use the green Scotch-Brite.
Yep, Scotch-Brite will work.
And if it's too rough, red's the next finer, and then white is the finest of them.
Yeah. Or you can sand it and true oil, teak oil.
So you don't suggest Pledge?
Lemon Pledge?
No. I don't suggest
Castor
fucking
oil.
Pledge. Spray Pledge on a nitro lacquer and watch what happens.
They don't get along, I take it.
Huh? What'd you say, Jimmy?
They
Relic.
So I've learned a lot about nitrocellulose in the last few days. So nitrocellulose lacquer, like a lot of lacquers, doesn't ever fully cure. And the way it settles is it basically just melts into the layer below it. That's why my paint looks a little bit thinner than it did the day I painted it. Because it literally like melts into the layers below it before it hardens. Spray some pledge on that shit and watch what happens.
or just run off.
It'll start bubbling it up.
Well, I mean, you could, put some, spray it on your forearm and then play, and then just, super turbo relic.
I don't, when it comes to maple, I don't fucking oil that shit anyway, unless you're going to do something, like I said, and you're using the oil as a sealer.
Right.
You're using a tongue oil or something like that, and you're using it to seal the neck. That's different. But all these people that buy these guitars and then they use lemon oil, and, forever they said don't use lemon oil on maple, and that's back when Fender was using a nitrocellulose clear on the fretboards and on the back of the necks, because of lemon oil, real lemon oil, and nitrocellulose do not get along. So
What's up, girl?
now, if you buy any, what's up, Arky? Now, if you buy any guitar product, this lemon oil, it's not even lemon oil. It's like mineral oil with like a lemon scent. But the thing is,
5 in it.
right. The thing about it is, if you go buy an off-the-shelf guitar, and even this goes for like the EVH stuff, they say that those are unfinished, and that's not true. They are not truly unfinished, because what's going to happen when you've got a bunch of guitars sitting in a warehouse at Sweetwater or some shit that there's no sealer on the neck? So
They call it some kind of drying oil
right.
that's applied to the neck shaft and the fingerboard.
But either way, even if it's unfinished, it's not. Maple is too tight grain to even absorb the shit. So when you put the oil on the maple fretboard or whatever, it just beads up. It's an illusion that the neck's even absorbing it. It's not. It just beads up and runs off.
I mean, the only way to get it to actually soak in is rough sand.
Yep.
And then either hit it with, something that flashes quick, like denatured alcohol. And you can even raise, it's called raising the grain, and that's so that the wood will accept a finish, whether it's, a stain or whatever, it'll
It's like stimulating
promote a
nipple.
mechanical bond.
Right. You get in these guitar groups on Facebook or whatever, and you always get what should I use to clean my maple fretboard? Lighter fluid. Good old naphtha. And then they're like, doesn't that hurt it? No. It evaporates quick, and it will get your chud off your fucking fingerboard. I don't clean my maple fingerboards, so I like my chud on my fingerboards.
No.
But you get a couple of the people that don't know any better. They're like, who the fuck would use lighter fluid on a fretboard? That just sounds like every luthier on the fucking planet. The process of
It's
roasting.
Torrifying.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing with roasting, because I mean, dude, when they make a body or they make a neck, they put it in a kiln to try and dry as much moisture out of it as possible. When they're roasting the neck or the body, they're just leaving it in that kiln for an extended period of time. And
Drives out all the moisture and any sap or pitch that are in it, crystallizes.
You were
Yep.
saying John Sir was talking to a guy on the gear page because he had his neck fall down, a roasted Sir neck, and it fucking... And he's saying because they offered for a while like a dark roasted neck,
yep.
and they stopped doing that because they say it actually gets so so dry that it's brittle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
There was
metal. Gets harder, the more brittle it becomes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kiesel went through something with that. They had some dude raise a big stink a few years ago about his roasted maple neck came in so dark that the dude thought it was like mahogany or some shit. And then whatever tuners he was going to use, Kiesel didn't offer. So he went to swap the tuners out when he was drilling the new holes for the screws in the back. That it was the headstock was cracking
Oof.
because it was
always
over roasted.
Drill holes, you either need to use a high-speed mill and the appropriate bits, or if you're going to do it by hand, is say like on your tuner holes, is even a reamer, you stand the chance of chipping out around the hole. So I have a half-inch carbide de burr, and I put that in the drill, and I basically just lightly chamfer the hole before I run the drill bit or the reamer through, and that'll stop it from chipping.
Right. I think that's what Willie does when he drills them. But yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of the roasted necks look good, but the ones I've played feel great, but I'm really picky about what they look like. That JP I had, the roasted neck on it was fucking awesome. But
That was pretty dark.
yeah, I mean, that was like a medium roast.
Yeah, it wasn't like coffee dark.
Right. I mean, it was enough that whatever. I know what they use for oil at Music Man, how they finish them. They use True Oil and the Birchwood Casey gunstock wax on their necks. But some of them, man, there's just like bland and
Yeah,
I don't know. They're
I mean,
too dark.
It like a lot of the Wolfgang standard necks, which I mean I appreciate them, roasting them because you end up with a nice stable neck that'll take a lot of abuse. The problem is some of the colors is
Right.
horrid. I mean they tend to look better on like say like a some type of green guitar or a natural guitar, but purple not so much.
Right. No, like the purple and stuff
they-
look better with a lighter roast.
Medium rare, brother.
They almost look orange.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the EVH, the Stripe Series relic necks. I can't tell you how many times you'll read something in one of those forums that the person's bought it and there's like this roasted neck. It's not roasted.
Just stained.
It's stained. Those EVH Frankie relic necks are not roasted. They're the standard EVH Stripe Series Charvel style neck, but they use brown shoe polish with graphite mixed in it to stain it and create the dirt spots and shit.
Yeah, because it is very, very difficult to stain torrefied wood.
Yep.
It does not want to accept stain
Yes, please.
at all.
What is she talking about? Quit messing up your guitar talk. Love y'all, back to my bed. Yeah, you go to
She
bed,
ain't feeling
woman.
so well.
You go to bed, woman.
Get to bed, woman.
Quentin, you fucking like ketchup on steak, bro.
Whatever makes you happy, brother. Whatever makes you happy.
Quentin's like, yeah, let me get mine. Let me get that ribeye extra well done, beef jerky texture, and make sure you bring the Heinz out here.
The array of Heinz. Don't they make a steak sauce too?
Yeah, they do. He just wants the Heinz ketchup.
I think a lot of guys, I mean, it depends where you go, but I mean, I don't go very much anymore to the gear page, but it seems guys spend a fuckload more time fucking with their guitars than playing with them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to do my neck oil with gun stock, or I'm going to do this and that. It's just play them, man. I mean, it's good to tinker, right? But I mean, they're talking about expensive guitars that they're putting all this product on, and it's like, I don't know, man. They're meant to be played.
I have no room to talk about tinkering with expensive guitars, so.
No, but you're not doing it willy-nilly, right? Like, I'm talking about guys will spend months fucking around with string joy and strings and stuff. And then it's, you know, which picks do you like? And then guitar polish. And then it's like, wow.
Well, you get that group, and there's people in our chat that have said it, that they wouldn't go play a gig with a $3,000 Les Paul.
Right.
I'm the exact opposite of that. If a $3,000 or $10,000 Les Paul is the fucking guitar that's got it, then it's going to be the one that plays the show.
That, sir, is the correct answer.
Add a little relish to that, you got yourself some
Big Mac sauce.
Is that the one? That's what Ryan was talking about, the Quentin James comeback sauce, and we know what occurred after that was brought up.
It's like Elvis in '69.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, you get the lawyers and the collectors that buy these expensive guitars and they don't fucking play them, and it's whatever, dude.
Blues,
so good.
lawyers,
Yeah, I mean, the way I see it,
jazz dentists.
the way I see it is you get guys out there, you get the people's like, oh my God, if I bought a 59 Burst, I would never play that live.
What happens if I get a scratch on it?
And it's, to me, it's like, well, fucking Kurt Hammett plays Greenie every night.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Bonamassa tours with $8 million worth of vintage guitars, or even more, and amps. They're made to be played.
I ever think everybody has Sammy, but it's like, sometimes you see pages and pages and pages, and it's like, wow, But I guess people just want to be social. Maybe
I like this guitar too, Arky.
I mean, shit.
I love the sound of that thing.
Satriani just introduced some fandangled pick this week. Some X something, I don't know what it is. It's got
I saw Steve Vai's. I saw today. Yeah, I guess Third Power is making Vi cabinets now.
Oh boy.
So, I guess for the Satch Vi tour featuring Pete Thorne, I guess Vi was talking to Sash about cabinets or some shit. What's up, Rico? I can't do it like Ryan does. It just sound like a retard.
You can't see that.
I just did. But yeah, I guess they made Vi a couple custom Third Power cabinets that he's using. Wonder how long the Synergy's gonna stay around.
Did they do his cabs as well? I guess so, yeah.
Who? What?
Vi's, because Vi runs Synergy, doesn't he?
No, Vi was still running a carving cabinet for his own side fill. I think he just took the Carvin logo off of it. I think his monitors rolled Carvins too. So, I don't know. Yes, Eddie Fay.
Exactly.
He did.
Guitars are meant to be played.
Yeah, Ed beat the shit out of his guitars. He didn't care. I mean, hell, the Amber Music Man he played from 91 to 95. If you ever seen any really good up close shots of that guitar, it's beat to shit. It's beat to shit.
Wonder where that guitar is now.
It's in 5150.
Yeah.
There's a couple pictures of Wolfgang recording some of his albums and stuff in there, and you can see it hanging on the wall behind him next to the Shark. Whatever that video was he filmed on his first album where he's like, there's like 4 of them in there or whatever. Don't Back Down, I think, was the video. He filmed it all on 5150. You can see the Rube guitar, the Amber Music Man, and the Shark, and several other ones hanging in there. But yeah, it's still there. It's still hanging on. It was hanging on the wall in the control room.
Imagine how many notes were played on that guitar.
Fucking ton.
Wonder how many frets he went through on that thing.
I mean, I guess
they wasn't stainless, were they?
No. The stainless came with the EVH Wolfgangs, the Fender made stuff. What's Quentin saying? He played Boogie Road Ready cabs when he played with a Flock of Seagulls. Were those like rented backline, or were those a Flock of Seagulls cabs?
It's probably a huge rented backline for the main act, and he got all the pictures and videos he could.
Was that with your ADA MP1, Quentin?
Your Les Paul? 80-something Les Paul?
Were you wearing the knee pads?
And the spandex.
The Umbro shorts?
What?
Well,
here's
the thing about that. By the time Tom Weber was hired as Ed's tech, well, I guess they were prototyping the USA Wolfgang, because Tom Weber was the tech on the 07-08 tour, and that's when they were prototyping the Fender-made Wolfgangs. And they may have started with nickel frets. And it's kind of like, hey man, you need to let's try these stainless ones out. Yeah, it's possible. I don't know. I mean, Ed always, fucking A, they had to temper tune all of his guitars because he gripped the shit out of the neck. So, I mean, Tremonti, his charcoal burst PRS with the dime bag sticker on it, that guitar's been refretted multiple times. I think Paul Reed Smith said it. He always gets Paul Reed Smith to do it too. But I think Paul has said in one of those later, more recent videos that I think he's refretted that guitar 5 or 6 times.
Wow.
I mean, granted, Mark's had that guitar now over 20 years, but still.
Never.
Yo, what's up, Miles? Yeah, but also, Rob, Ed would take a 7K guitar off the wall, and if it sounded like shit, he'd tell you it sounded like shit. And he'd be like, what can we do here? Let's start changing pickups and necks and parts and all that stuff too. So
yeah, the ultimate tinkerer, right?
Yeah, I mean, he tinkered with shit till the day he died, I'm sure. Why don't you send it to Jimmy, Quentin? He'll refret it for you.
With, what is it? Winston's and Despairs? Or?
Jimmy just fucking take a grinder to the frets and send it back to him.
Fretless. There you go.
Ghost fret.
Here's
Vintage Gibson.
Now it's a slide guitar.
Good to see you, Miles.
I have never done any fret work. I don't have the shit to do it, nor the patience to sit there and sand frets and shape them and all that. No, I'm good, dog.
Jimmy gets a
come
little
on.
nickel going. He's like, no, I'm ripping these fuckers out. And I got wire coming from this place.
Just buy a new fucking neck, Quentin. I mean, you can get a new fucking Strat neck for the cost to refret that thing.
No.
Get one with a 22nd fret. KXM says, Mr. Tinker Train. That's a good riff.
Well, if I refretted one of Quentin's necks, I would gingerly put a ball hair underneath each fret.
You know how to play it, Randy?
Yeah, but it's a half step down.
That would be hilarious, Jim.
Jimmy will ship it back to him with an Ibanez neck or something. One of those Wolfgang standard necks that he doesn't like.
That's right, it would. Blue.
Wolfgang.
Third ball hairs.
Well.
Send it back to him with like 13s on it.
Super jumbo and scallops.
I mean, to me, the perfect fret wire is 6100. So
6105s for me.
what is 6105?
So
Narrow
like a
tall.
6100 is just a little narrower.
I like the 60.
What is it? 0.47 tall by was it 0.98 wide?
I watched a video, one of those shorts on YouTube
Agreed.
the other day. That the dude, whatever frets this dude was putting on this Strat were like half the width of the fucking fret space. I'm like, Jesus Christ, how wide of a fret do you need?
Yeah, that's what I put on this neck.
The
Refretted
05s?
This one, no, the 6105s.
And? Yeah.
I like them. You tend to, with a smaller fret, you can actually achieve a lower action with the narrower fret. That's why this guitar, this green Ibanez, has 6203 Dunlop vintage.
Right.
It'd be considered vintage Fender wire.
Fretless wonder.
I didn't. Well, you would think so, but it doesn't feel like it.
Is that
I
right?
was like, I put the neck on there because I knew that it's a Frank Gambale neck
Right.
off of one of the S's, and he has the 6230 vintage Fender wire put on all his necks. And I was like, well, it's got shark tooth inlays. If I don't, I'm solely buying it on for that aspect.
Yeah.
If I don't like the the vintage sized frets, then I'll just refret it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, let me try it. And I put it on there. And I was like, fuck, okay. Maybe I have to start rethinking some things here.
That's
'Cause
cool.
they don't feel like vintage size frets. I don't know if it's made, is it the flatter radius or
And the
on
neck
there, but I
profile isn't
really-
a total wizard either, is it?
yeah, it's a wizard
Right.
profile.
So yeah, maybe a super thin and flat.
But yeah, and the action is just stupid low, and then with no buzzing on this guitar, it's just unreal. I mean, you're talking like half a millimeter at the 12th fret on the first string. I mean, it's just unreal
And the
how low I
smoke.
can get it. Yeah.
And the smoke.
What size are the vintage frets that are on the USA Wolfgangs?
Not sure. They might be 6230s.
They're just like, they're stainless steel. All they say is like vintage size frets.
Yeah.
They're short.
It's like the frets on a Luke, man. Those things are, vintage.
Yeah, but the Luke's got that gay fucking V-neck.
I like the V-neck, just the frets are no good. I can see that getting uncomfortable, though.
That V-neck, I played that Luke 4.
That's the one I played, yeah. Twice.
Well, I played the one with the Floyd.
Oh, I didn't, yeah.
And that V-neck, I mean, if you're up here playing cowboy chords or something, was fine. But when I would slide up, play any kind of lead stuff, I'm like, this is awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's the difference between, like if you have a hard V is, here, okay, then it's like forcing your hand to you're fighting.
Choose a side.
Thing. It's either up or down. It's like, okay, and then pretty soon you're cramping out. But I always liked, I don't mind soft Vs.
Yeah. Soft V is good. Would you consider that Luke 4 a hard V, Randy?
They say it's a soft V, but to me it's like a medium V. It's not like the Clapton Strat's like a hard V.
Right.
Yeah, I think Ernie Ball calls it a soft V, and I'm like, it's a little more. I mean, you can fucking see it.
Yeah.
If you look down the neck. Like that video where Ryan's like, oh God, yeah, you can see it through the camera. That's not a soft V.
No. A couple of the custom shop tellies I played, they had what felt like a very soft V to me. Those were nice. $7,000, nice? Not so much.
That Sir Telly I played the other weekend was pretty nice. Had a pretty chunky neck on it.
Is that the Andy Wood?
No, it was like a regular classic T.
Oh, classic T. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's similar to the S's. Like it's like 830 to 880 or 890. Oh boy, here now we're in trouble. Should we invite him on or what? Oh, looky who we got here.
What's up?
Hey, brother.
Let me figure out what the hell I'm doing here. There we go.
You're at the filling station? Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, boys?
We're talking about hard V's, soft V's, big frets, small frets, narrow frets.
Just anything and everything you can think of, huh?
Yeah, it's a pretty general purpose show tonight. It's been good.
Right on. Well, I had
Looking
a late
all
night.
dapper there.
I figured I would just go out and get something to eat and just chill out for the evening. Come in and say hey on the way home. Show everybody my bald head.
Looks good.
Yeah, man. Rocking the old John DeShane.
Remember like
That's
2
right.
years ago when he lied and told everybody he wasn't bald?
Well, I'm not bald. I have hair.
Just not in all places it should be.
No, I can grow a full head of hair. Just
Uh-huh.
It's much cooler in the summer just to shave it off.
Do you bick it or do you just do like tight number 1 or whatever with the
Yeah,
razor?
I just do the no.
That's what I do with my balls.
No
too.
guard.
Yeah, no guard. What the fuck is Jimmy laughing at?
As I say, I shave my balls too
Oh,
for the same reason.
well, that's my third ball right there. I can't see the chat on this.
Sean's saying he played a Les Paul on Saturday night, has the origin Norlin era low wide frets on it. Are your
So,
Pauls like that?
Fretless wonder.
Ryan? Yeah. Are your Pauls like that, Ryan, or no?
They're smaller. Yeah. Randy would know. He's played all of them, hadn't you?
He's sitting there playing Metallica, giving himself a stiffy.
Right?
Yeah.
What? Huh?
What?
What?
Why are you saying what's that way?
I heard something about, are your paws that way? And I was like, is he talking about asking if his balls are that way? Or?
Well, Sean said he played a Fretless Wonder on. He likes it. And I asked if Ryan's paws were Fretless Wonders.
No.
They're smaller, but they're not. Yeah, they're not like they used to be flat.
Yeah. Like medium jumbo.
Yeah, medium,
Somewhere
whatever.
in there.
They're comfortable. Well,
Yeah, dude, I'm not playing those St. Anger, Rob.
I'm gonna start driving home. I can't hardly hear you, boys.
All we can hear is your engine fucking running.
Oh yeah.
Air conditioning or whatever that is.
There we go. I got the fan turned down now. Now you can hear the engine.
Do you have an exhaust valve? Do you have sports exhaust and not?
Yeah, it's flipped over to sport right now.
Sounds good.
I typically keep it there.
You got it. You might as well let her happen, man.
Might as well. Let her breathe. Move, dude. Get out the way.
Ooh, bitch.
Well, let's see. I'll take some back roads here.
Sammy's asking what car you're driving, Ryan.
That's a 2016 Ford Fiesta.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct. But he has a aftermarket exhaust on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He pipes like a LS engine exhaust through the speakers.
That's right.
I had afterburners put on it.
Nice to see you.
So, were you boys just wrapping up when I showed up, or what was up?
I think we were coming towards a logical conclusion, yes?
Yeah. Shy of 2 hour.
A logical conclusion, and then I threw a wrench all in it, huh?
It was all good.
What the hell is that guy doing? Dude just made a left turn all the way from the far right lane.
He must be Asian from Vancouver.
What? I thought that was a normal thing.
I turn now. Good luck, everyone.
You move out the way.
Of course, Ken's asking you to do some hooligan slides in that thing.
Just some what?
Some slides.
No,
Get her
it's
sideways.
Hard to do it with all the traction control this thing has. It stays pretty steady.
That's got to be when it's got launch control, right?
Yeah, launch control, traction control, all that good
So
stuff.
when you kick her on from launch, does it just hop a few seconds? Just it's gone?
It depends. It doesn't spin a lot at all. It just freaking launches.
That's awesome.
Best 0 to 60 that I saw was 2.7 seconds in this thing.
Don't need to go any faster than that.
Well, yeah, I mean you do. But yeah, it's fun. I took it up the mountains this weekend. Had a lot of fun. It's fun going up there and just eating all the motorcycles up and all the curves.
Yeah.
They're like, what the f-? So, did we get details on Randy's guitar tonight?
No.
Not really.
Randy's like, shut the fuck up. I don't have it.
Rob says you're out looking for a good place to do some drifting.
No, I'm out looking for a good. No, never mind.
I can't imagine what a set of rears would cost for that thing, man.
A whole set of tires for this thing, I think, is about $1,700.
Believe it or not, that's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's not too terrible. But it's got looks like all season tires on it.
Right?
And I mean they ride good, they grip good. So they run flats as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, because there's no freaking spare tire on this thing.
Right.
It's like, where are you going to put it?
Flat for a minute. Tires.
Well, that's better than not at all.
Gives you a second.
Yeah. Some sort of hope of getting somewhere.
1.21 gigawatts, Eddie says.
Exactly.
And then he cross-pollinated it with Star Trek. Great Scott! Oh no, that's right. No, that's still on theme.
Not a gigawatt plus or minus. 1.21 exactly. I'd like to find like some kind of abandoned road or something that could run a quarter mile in this thing, see what it would do.
Figured you'd have that somewhere already in your bag of tricks.
I haven't found anywhere that's safe to do it.
Ryan's speeding.
He's playing with his paddles.
Then you just hear.
I'm doing the beginning of Kickstart My Heart.
That's right.
Man, hitting all the green lights tonight.
What'd you have for supper, Ryan?
I had what they called a hangover burger. It was like a quarter-pound burger with an egg and bacon and all kind of good stuff on it.
God,
some fries. A couple 22-ounces. So, yeah, it's a good dinner. How many we got left in the chat tonight?
29,000.
29.
We should wrap her up.
Well, that's
here.
more than that's more at the end of a show than Quentin has during his whole show. Love you, Quentin. I'm just messing with you, buddy. I hope your Hyundai dies.
Quentin's asking if you can turn off the blue lights behind you.
No, Quentin, I don't have a wah pedal on the car. Quentin's still here? What's he doing up so late?
You must be in between naps.
I guess so.
Should we go ahead and wrap it up, Randy?
Okay, good night, everybody.
I'd do it, but last time I buggered up all the cards and stuff.
See you Thursday.
Trans Thursday.
Maybe.
You'll see somebody on Thursday.
Right on.
Cool. Thanks, everybody, for hanging with us for the last 2 hours while we talked about whatever.
This is the closest we've ever been to a Seinfeld episode.
I was gonna say the show about nothing.
Yeah.
Well, it was mainly guitar focused there for a good while.
Yeah.
So,
Did you boys see the scenery of the restaurant that I was at?
yeah, the table you were sitting at, yeah, we saw that.
I was at the bar.
Cross Plane Crank Tuesday, Blue Mock says.
Yeah, I don't mind plaid once in a while.
See ya, Mark.
All right, everybody, we out.
See ya.
Later.